Hi everybody, this is Roberticus, and I'm doing a commentary battle for Rome Total War multiplayer. And this map will be on the grassy flatlands, and one of the reasons I prefer Syrian flats, which is like a big flat desert, to the grassy flatlands for competitive play, is because the grassy flatlands just seems really unrealistic. Where on earth would you find such a vast expanse of grass, which looks quite fertile? Anyway, I'll be using the Seleucid Empire, and in the front ranks I got some silver shield pikemen, got gold, 4 units of archers behind them, and 2 units of cataphracts, some on the near wings, some upgrades, and on the far wings I got some Greek cavalry. Alright, so my opponent for this battle is VikingXx, and I hope you all know who he is. If you've been watching my channel, you should definitely know who VikingXx is. He's a very good Rome Total War player. Admire him very much. Anyway, and in the front he's got his archers. Then he's got some royal pikemen here, which is superior to my pikemen. Pretty even, but with those upgrades they'll beat me easily. He's got 2 units of companion cavalry, which are very powerful on the charge. They're not as good as my cataphracts. And his light cavalry is better than mine, so we've got very similar armies, unit for unit. Anyway, he had his archers out in front, and a style that I don't like. I like having them behind. But I guess he likes to try and trap opponents into thinking that he can get them, which is what he achieves in a second. Because I try to impose my light cavalry over on this side, and he confuses me over on the right wing, and I get a bit preoccupied, and yeah, he totally sandwiches that unit with pikemen and superior light cavalry, so they're gone. Flashing over to my right wing, I tried catching his cavalry over here with combining my pikemen and cavalry. He went away a bit, so I chased after these archer units, and jeez, I came really close to his pike unit there, and pulled out. Over on the left, his light cavalry was running a riot and my archers were exposed, so I detached that unit of pikemen. So everything's happening everywhere. This is what happens when you play VikingXx. Here I tried charging his companion unit. I lost 1 horse there, but if I charged it, he could have easily reinforced it there. Pikeman unit. I can't lose my cataphracts. These are the one edge that I have over the Macedonians. So, and here I just come really close to his pikeman. This is how VikingXx prefers to play. He'll, against phalanx nations, he'll just disorientate your phalanx line, and in all the chaos, he'll just outmaneuver you with micro. But anyway, I'll try and commentate it all the same. Just get my bearings for a second. Alright, so over here, I actually got the drop on his pikeman earlier, so I was beating him. But curious effect in Rome Total War, if you station your cavalry, even just behind a pikeman, they start losing straight away, and they're going to rout because they're concerned about they're behind. So there goes one pikeman unit, unfortunately. And he gets away with it unscathed. Cataphracts lumbering towards the corner of spears there. Anyway, I've got a good edge over on this corner, surrounded his pikeman unit, and actually catch some companions and one-on-one. Should deal with the business pretty well. I brought out my mace attack, so I'm ripping apart his companions. He reinforced it with a royal pikeman unit here, so I did the same. We was matching each other in this little fight right here. And I reinforced him with another pikeman unit, and I actually rout a unit of companions. He's still got his general unit over there, rampaging behind me. He's going to go after those archers, fortunately. Anyway. Alright. He's got a unit of pikemen over there, I've got some light cavalry in the back. Swapping up some archers that I have left. He hasn't got any archers left. He's got that unit there. I do a timely hammer and anvil here. Let's rout to that pikeman unit. And a chain rout in this pikeman unit. So right here, where I've just got to pause it. Right here was when the battle was looking good for me. I had 2 pikeman units left to his 2, and I had superior cavalry, and I had light cavalry reinforcements coming back. So right here is where the battle's going in my favour. Anyway, let's play it. Yeah. Alright, so here comes his companions, the light lancers. He's got the drop on me over here. The pikemen are a bit not very ordered at the moment. Here I've split up my cataphracts, which is a bit of a bad move, but so he can easily swarm one of my cataphract units. Here I tried weakening that unit with a charge. He turned around really quickly. It's pretty vigilant. And he tried doing a hammer and anvil that almost went bad for him, but he pulls out. His cavalry got caught in my pikes though. And here he does a combined hammer and anvil and completely surrounds my pikemen. I shouldn't have withdrew my cataphracts there, because that made my pikemen run out. Here I try to rectify the situation with a cataphract charge, but it's all going haywire now. So I got my light cavalry back. I caught his light lancer out in the back. A bit of a it's a positive, but this is where the real fight is, unfortunately. And now he's got me targeting his one companion unit, and he's just going to be dancing around his pikeman unit and just getting me snagged on his spears. So there goes my light cavalry. And at this point, he pretty much won the battle. So the last heroic charge, my general. And they're out. That was a very good game against VikingXx. Enjoyed it very much. And this is actually my first loss, which I'm posting on YouTube. And if I was ever going to post a loss, it would be against VikingXx. He's a very good player. When I think of VikingXx, I think of Ronaldinho in soccer. Because sometimes you become so good at something that you can turn it into an art form. Even though you could even call it something else that it started out with, but the way VikingXx plays, I really admire his strategy, his micro skills. He creates the illusion, you could say, that a few of his units are in skirmish mode, but it's all to do with fast fingering, and it's just a joy to play him every time. But anyway, that was an average defeat, so it was pretty good for me. I was pretty happy with that. We both deployed the exact same amount of men. That's how. We had exactly the same armies. Anyway, bit coincidental. Anyway, I killed 739 men, and VikingXx killed 845 men. So it was a very good game, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. See you later.